Hello muchachos. So firstly I want to say a big thank you to everyone who watched the videos that I did with Hamza. I think I've got like 631 subscribers now. I don't even have that many friends in real life, so thank you so much. If you've not already watched them, please go back and watch them. They were really funny. So I've got my laptop here, I've got my notes ready, everything. My channel is not going to be a copy of Hamza's channel. Obviously we're two different individuals, we're two different people. He has his own moral and political beliefs, and so do I. Obviously he's my brother, I love my brother, I will take care of him, I will protect him no matter what, but we do have quite a lot of fundamental differences when it comes to politics and religion and moral values, the role of men and women. As I am a staunch liberal, I am a staunch socialist, I am an atheist, I don't believe in God, I don't believe that there is a God. I'm a feminist, I'm a man-hating feminist, and you'll find that out when you watch my videos. So if that's not your cup of tea, completely understand. Please go find the content that actually makes you happy. Remember, life is really short, so if something's pissing you off, just click off. Click X and go enjoy the content that you actually like. You don't have to sit there and watch my videos or videos like mine about liberalism and socialism and get pissed off and start writing so many like big comments about it. I'm not gonna read it, I'm not gonna empathize with you, I'm not your therapist, especially all you right-wing racist trolls. Anytime someone on the internet talks about like liberalism or socialism, the right-wing trolls will just like descend like the fucking Lord of the Rings, you know, the orc army. When a woman opens her mouth and talks about feminism or the role of men in society, again, like, how dare she open her mouth? But when a woman of colour talks about any sort of like politics or socialism or what's wrong with the Western world, what's right with anything like that, again, it's like, how dare you criticise something here? It's called freedom of speech. That's where you guys always pride yourself on that we got freedom of speech. So if you've got freedom of speech here, then let me exercise it. So all throughout my videos, whatever it's about, whether it's like a daily vlog or like holiday vlog or whatever, or like a talking sit down video, I'm gonna be, you know, referring back and forth to what my moral values are, because obviously that's what the internet is for. You're only gonna like me and subscribe and watch me because you connect with what I'm saying, because those are your values as well. So I'm obviously gonna be talking about a lot about socialism, even communism. I don't hate capitalism. I think there's quite a lot of aspects of capitalism that I really like, that really benefit me. So for example, one that I really love, because I love fashion, is the ability, the freedom to buy whatever you want. If I want to spend £3,000 on a Chanel handbag, I can spend £3,000 on a Chanel handbag. My savings are not going to be, I was going to say my savings are not going to be taken away, but the capitalist society that we're living in Britain, you are seeing like the older generation, their pensions are being completely wiped. So there is obviously a lot of talk, a lot of research being done about how capitalism, freedom of choice is just an illusion. Meaning, you're not buying something because you really, really want it. You really, really want it because capitalism is saying, buy this, buy this, buy this, you'll become a better person, your life will be so much better if you bought another dress, another pair of shoes, if you spend so much money on fantasy football. Like, none of these things actually add to our life, materialism. And it's definitely true, it's become so much more apparent that excessive materialism, excessive consumption of materialism, it's what's causing the environmental damage. So there's no doubt about that. And even when I look back to like how much stuff that I would just buy, it's all really nice, I love it, I still love it, but is it necessary? Is it needed? Yeah, there are going to be times where you really want something because it will make you happy, but how much of that kind of happiness do you need? I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos and like TikToks and, you know, all that stuff to really educate myself and like control my consumption basically. I am a socialist. I do believe there's some good aspects to communism and capitalism. The current capitalist system that we live in right now, I want there to be hardline regulations. End of story. I think that how capitalism is set up, especially in the Western world, we're all suffering. And please don't pretend that you're not suffering, because you are. If you weren't suffering, you wouldn't be watching this YouTube video, you'd be enjoying all your millions in the sunshine. But you don't have millions, regardless of how much hard you've worked and how much of a capitalist bootlicker you are. you are still just a worker. You are still just working just above minimum wage to try and make yourself make ends meet. That's it. How do you not see that despite all your hard work, there's only a certain level that you can get to in a capitalist system? A lot of alpha male podcasters disagree with that capitalism is the best thing that's ever happened to us. Modernity needs to be rejected. Traditionalism is the way to go. Rejecting modernity, but you sit there and make YouTube videos for a living. This is literally the definition of a modern job. You call yourself an alpha male, but none of you are building houses. You're sat in your mama's basement filming yourself and putting it on the internet. There's no point telling me about, like, how wrong I am. This is why traditionalism is needed, because I'm another woman who's talking about in favour of liberalism and socialism. I don't care about your opinion. I'm just here making a shitty YouTube video, that's it. I love modern technology. I love the modern system that we live in, that I can quit my shitty job in a shitty corporate, corrupt company and sit at home and make YouTube videos and make a living out of it. I love this. And so do you want this as well. But you believe that being an alpha male means you have to go out and work 50, 60, 70 long hours per week, and that somehow makes you a better man than all other men. No matter what topic that I pick for YouTube, I'm always going to be compared to Hamza. If I say something against traditionalism bullshit, all you fucking Jeffries are going to run to his channel and be like, control your sister, Hamza. You're going to go to his channel and just go on about how much of a degenerate I am, like how liberalism has ruined the woman's mind. University education has ruined the woman's mind. That's one of the comments that someone put on one of the videos that I did with Hamza. That I liked her until she started talking about how bad capitalism is and how it doesn't work. This is what university teaches women nowadays. If universities are teaching all this, that capitalism, like what we have now, doesn't really work, maybe they have a point. He went on to write a big fat long comment. It was like 8-9 paragraphs going on about how capitalism really helped him, and he worked really hard, and now he's a good worker in a good company. So you proved my point then, motherfucker. You worked so hard, and the best that you can still do is still be a worker in a shitty company. Or you're just not working as hard as you think you are, and that's why you're not a millionaire. One or the other. Either you don't work as hard as you think, or you are working as hard as you can, but because of the capitalist system that we have, you're not going to get any further. It really bothers you because you still believe that women should answer to the men in their life. Still believe that women should be controlled by the men in their life. And that's why you're single. You don't treat women like equals. You think women are beneath you. You think women build the home and men build the nation. That's why you're single. I'm just ranting at the point now. I don't even care anymore. Whatever happens on this video, whatever I say, however I say it, it is what it is. So I really wanted to make this kind of particular video first because of one of the videos that Hamza put up. I think it was probably about 2-3 weeks by the time I upload this. So he was talking about his views on virginity, which I found disgusting, which obviously as a sister, but I also found quite hilarious. First of all, virginity is a societal concept, and you would all know that if you had paid attention in school. So all of these alpha male podcasters, they go on about finding a virgin partner in the midst of all of these whores. So all of these alpha male podcasters, they started going on about how they all want virgin women to be their wives now, and how all of these dirty whores have corrupted the Western world. Which is hilarious because every single one of these alpha male podcasters is a fucking degenerate and has slept with over 100 women. If you threw bleach on these men, they still wouldn't be clean. That's how dirty they are. The actual audacity, the fucking audacity of a man who slept with over 150 women to sit on the internet and talk about how he wants a virgin wife. And if you've already slept with someone, you don't get to judge other people for doing the same. You don't get to sit there and say, I want a virgin wife. The reason why you're single is because you're a fucking hypocrite. There's been so much talk about alpha male podcasters recently. I would say a lot more since like the end of middle of 2021. Everyone's been locked up inside their house because it was lockdown after lockdown. So now every man thinks the world should know his opinions, but even though most of them don't have any sort of like educational background to start ranting on the internet about. So many normal people have been making fun of these alpha male podcasters, but their cult followings have been lapping it all up. And the reason for that is because you all grew up in motherless households. You need to remember that just because your mum was a whore doesn't mean every other woman was as well. Now, if you are offended by that, by me calling your mum a whore, just think back to how men say that, women grew up with daddy issues, women have daddy issues, women grew up in fatherless household. So if it's okay for you to say that about women, then we can say the same back to you as well. And if you can't see the hypocrisy in that, then that's why you're single. I'm just going to keep on ranting. It is what it is. Hakuna Matata, I don't have anything to lose. I don't give a fuck anymore, so I'll just say what I want to say. So what I find funny about these alpha male podcasts is how they go on about how successful they are, how much money they have, how many bitches they get all the time. But then they'll go ahead and make like 50 fucking videos after they get rejected by just one girl. When they get rejected by a hot, confident, independent, money-making woman, they will literally sit there and go on like feminism is the worst thing to happen on this earth since cancer. They go on about these like modern women, like how they're all whores. So for people whose first language is not English, a whore, a slag, a slut is what you call a hot, confident, independent, money-making woman that rejects you. The problem is for these men, they want the 10 out of 10 girl. They want the one with the money, they're so like attracted towards that kind of girl because she's the girl that everyone wants. But when she rejects them for whatever reason, they can't get over the rejection, and because they can't get over the rejection, they start trying their best to destroy her, and they'll say anything about any type of woman because they just hate women now. If she's a whore after she rejects you, remember she was a whore before, so why did you go after her? Why you sat there making videos, with all these whore girls, or as your guest, trying to rip into them and then crying like a little pussy when they do the same back to you? At the end of the day, like, I don't understand why all of these alpha male podcasters, like, get so offended, get so upset over just one girl rejecting them. I saw you all had so many bitches. So why don't you go get another bitch then? You don't have any more bitches, do you? If you did have bitches, you wouldn't be single. So these alpha male podcasters, like the young ones, in their 20s and early 30s, they grew up watching like the older ones, like, from like 5 years, 10 years ago. And the older alpha male influencers, celebrities, they told young men that if you go to the gym and get a 10 out of 10 body, if you become an entrepreneur, if you make a lot of money, and if you become famous, all women will literally throw themselves at you. They've all gone to the gym, every single one of them has a big muscly body, and like, you can't even disagree with that. They all have big muscly bodies. They still can't get any girl to be like sexually attracted to them. The initial attraction is there, but once they start opening their mouth, the girls are like, no thank you. They've all got a lot of money now, but even with the money, women are saying, well, I've got my own money, so if you're a degenerate, I don't want anything to do with you. And a lot of them are quite famous now, and even that fame, that aura, wears off, and the women are like, yeah, you're not who I thought you were going to be, so no thank you. And that's what bothers them. This is why they're so angry, because they did what they were supposed to do, because that's what the older males told them. They've done everything, gone tick, 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 and they're still all single. They still can't get a good relationship that they want. So now you see these alpha male podcasters, like, they all go on about how going to the gym, making money, getting famous, doing all of that will get you 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10 girlfriend, a hot, confident girlfriend. But the hot, confident girlfriend are saying, no, not interested. Then they moved on from the hot, confident girlfriend to the sweet, normal girls. And the sweet, normal girls have gone, the money and the muscles doesn't impress me because your attitude towards women is not good enough. So now they've all moved on to the shy, submissive, religious girls. So it's like they keep moving from one category of women to another because they keep getting rejected. Because what's happened now, especially for women, like girls in their 20s, women going up to like if in their 30s and even 40s, women have literally just gone, it's better to die alone. It's literally better to be lonely and to die alone than to put up with a man as disgusting as these alpha male podcasters. And this is what scares these alpha male podcasters. For the first time in human civilization, women have literally just gone, No thank you. Male population of the world is finally realizing that a lot of them are gonna die alone. They've done everything a capitalist traditional society told them to do, and they still can't get the love of their life. And the reason they can't get the love of their life is because they have a disgusting personality, but they don't want to recognize that because they just see the superficial materialistic things as being important. Because they think, well, I'm a man, I make a lot of money, I want a submissive wife, and when they can't get that woman, instead of hating the capitalist tradition of bullshit, they hate women. So many girls like my age, like the only girls that I know that are in a relationship are the ones who got in a relationship when they were quite young, so like early 20s. Everyone else is single. And they're not like lonely or bored. Like I don't want to say being single makes you lonely or bored, because I know that's quite, you know, with the, again, there's been a lot of like narrative around this that just because you're single you're not lonely or bored, as long as you're filling your life with something that you actually want to do. And that's what women are finally doing. Women worked in the capitalist system, they saved up, they got an education, and because they finally accepted the mankind in this world don't really like them, don't really respect them, women have gone, okay, I'm gonna be alone, so I'm gonna fill my life with things that I actually want to do. And that's what everyone should be doing, women and men. If you were to write down all of your, you know, the bucket list that you want to do in life, so like you want to go traveling, you want to go snorkeling, you want to go scuba diving, you want to start a business and sell this kind of product, you want to be an artist, whatever it is, most of the things that you write down in your bucket list, it won't involve having a partner, a romantic partner. When you realize that and you start living, you know, start going through your bucket list and going tick 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 tick, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you realize life is so much more than just being in a relationship and getting a relationship and being with a partner. There are obviously a lot of people who still believe that, like, how can you be without a partner? Like, that's just unheard of, that doesn't happen. Like, how does life happen without a partner? But it does. Most people, even if you really want a partner, you're still living life without a partner. You're still living life independently and you're doing a good job of it. But you don't appreciate that because in your mind, all you can think is, I need to have a girlfriend. I need to have a boyfriend. Shut the fuck up. Like, please just appreciate how your life is. Until you start living your life how you truly want to live your life, you will never find the love of your life. You attract what you are.